Here we go.
Marker. Welcome to American Movies. I'm Big Mike.
I'm just very random.
And here we're going to talk like this. No, we're here again to talk about movie and movie-related topics.
Yes.
So, first of all, may I just say, soon I heard they're going to be releasing, from a prior podcast that we talked about, probably my favorite that we discussed, they're going to be releasing a Blu-ray version of the Super Mario Brothers movie. Are you going to buy it?
I'm very tempted.
That's what I said. It's like, I said, oh, really? I'm going to have to buy it. It's one of those movies that's so bad, but it's watchable. Yeah. I would say that about Batman and Robin, but that movie's very hardly watchable.
One of my favorite YouTube critics basically described the Super Mario Brothers movies as this. If Michael Bay took about 4,000 hits of acid and smoked like every ounce of weed he could find and dropped about a pound of mushrooms and then said, all right, I got an idea. I want to make a movie that's a cross between the Mario Brothers and Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Yeah.
But more Mad Max elements than Mario. That's really important.
Exactly. No, I still stand behind our reboot session. Yeah. If you haven't watched that video, go watch it. It's my favorite podcast we've done so far for Mario movies. It's just the perfect Mario Brothers movie. It's just awesome. We made a whole freaking universe for you. We threw in Legend of Zelda in there too. You could throw in a Kirby movie. Whatever. So you could throw it all in there. But anywho, so we're here to talk about movies, like prequels and sequels to movies that ruin the original. Now, let's not count the remakes and the reboots because, I mean, to be honest, just like the Ghostbusters movie that I actually did see, which is I did not like it at all. It had some funny moments, but not really. You can always go back and watch the original. It's not going to change anything, right? You can just be like, I'm not going to fucking watch this one. I will stick to Bill Murray, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Right? So, we're talking about movies that take they come back with a sequel, and then it's like they have a whole purpose for this movie. And then in the sequel, they just basically erase the purpose that was done in the last movie. One movie I'm going to mention is Ted.
Okay, yeah.
Him, Mark Wahlberg, and Marky Mark, and Mila Kunis, the whole movie's about them being in a relationship. Making sure he obtains his relationship. He fights for her and everything. Beginning of the second movie, they broke up. See, shit like that bugs me. It almost ruins it for me. Like their whole romantic thing, it almost ruins it for me. And I wasn't a fan of that.
No.
So like, I mean, we could talk, like you say, when we were figuring out topics, we could talk about Star Wars, but some people hated the prequels, some people love the prequels, but you were saying, like, at least the prequels did something original.
Like, they were trying to do something different. They were trying, like, the whole direction of the overall arcing story was different in the prequels. Like, he was literally trying to tell a very different story, still inside of the same universe, but it was something very different than the original trilogy.
That's right. Yeah, so it's not like, because a lot of people were complaining about Force Awakens, that it was a lot like New Hope, which it was. But, I mean, see, look, you can't win either way. We want a Star Wars movie like other Star Wars movies. Well, he gave it to you, and you're complaining. So, I mean, what is it going to be?
Yeah, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't.
Exactly. And that's why I get, like I mentioned, I really loved Rogue One because it is original, but it also has that. I think it's the Star Wars movie. Like, I'm not saying Force Awakens was bad by any stretch of the imagination. I really enjoyed Force Awakens. But I just think a Rogue One was a Star Wars movie that I was looking forward to.
Yes.
It was the movie that I was like, oh my god, this is in the same universe, and it fits in perfectly. It meshes the old,
literally at the end of Rogue One, you could literally, that movie ends, pop in A New Hope, and they literally seamlessly transition.
It literally made me want to do that.
Yeah.
It's like I gotta put in New Hope. So Sam's our cameraman again, by the way, and he's behind the scenes anyway. He has something to say. We should ignore him.
I just watched Tropic Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
Funny movie. You gotta take it as a fucking stupid comedy.
Well,
but as I was looking looking for Tropic Thunder, they made a second one. The only returning character is Jack Black's character, Jeff Portnoy.
Well, what are you talking
I don't even know if I want to watch it. It's called like Tropic Thunder. Oh, frick, I'll look it up, but go ahead.
What do you mean they make a second one? I never heard anything about that. Are they making?
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I'll find out for you.
Because why? I guess why
Tropic
would they make the, Hangover
Thunder.
movies? But anyway, besides the point. So,
Nope, it came out quickly. It's called a behind the scenes mockumentary of Tropic Thunder. It was made in 2008.
well, and it's technically not.
It's called
a
Reign
sequel.
of Madness.
It's technically not a sequel. Yeah. But anyway, so
And
like,
yeah,
can you think of another movie
I
that?
kind of want to see that now.
You want to see it now? Can you think of another movie that, like, the sequels or a prequel has ruined a movie for you? Like, it's like I wouldn't say necessarily like I can't watch it anymore,
Yeah.
but it tarnished it. I
What
guess.
tarnished it for me was The Fly.
With Jeff Goldblum. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
The Fly with Jeff Goldblum, classic. It's one of the great '80s creature
I have yet
films.
to see that one.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in a long time.
It really, like, it's a smart movie. It's a fun movie. It's just one of the best movies of the '80s.
Yeah, I really should watch it again. I haven't watched it in ages. Anyway.
The Fly 2 is fucking terrible. Me and Michelle just watched them, I think, a week ago.
Yeah.
And it is like when you're trying to watch, like, you watch The Empire Strikes Back, and then you plug in fucking the Clone Wars, or like the Attack of the Clones, or
Right.
or even the Phantom Menace. Revenge of the Sith you can find enjoyment in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith is the best of the prequels.
Yeah. The only thing I will say, that one thing that was the awesomest thing about one of the most awesome things about the prequels is I fucking love Darth Maul, and I'm glad they're bringing him back in the series.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, that's just one thing I loved about Phantom Menace.
But
anyway.
it completely, like, it exists in the same universe, but you're like, this is why would they make this? It's so hammy. The acting is stiff and terrible. The special effects are not as good as Cronenberg's.
Right, of course, yeah.
And it felt like like not even a good cash grab. It was a terrible cash grab.
Really, yeah, one of those things.
And it's like, it exists in the same universe. It's not like an extension or a different take or anything. It's in the same universe, and it's like, it tarnishes The Fly a little bit for me. I still love it, and I sort of almost go like, that other movie doesn't exist.
Yeah. It's kind of like how I've done this with a couple of movies that I haven't seen yet, because I don't want it to tarnish it. Is, first of all, I haven't seen the second Dumb and Dumber. I don't want it to tarnish it. I probably will one day sit down and watch it. I just don't want it to ruin it, because the first one was just like, it was a classic. It is stupid, but it just fits in there, right?
Like our friend Fred, we were watching Dumb and Dumber one time, and he's like, I don't want to watch this. Why?
It's
It's
dumb.
dumb.
That's the fucking point. But anyway, and it's also like another movie that I haven't seen. What was that? Because I don't want it to tarnish it. Oh jeez, I just had it in my head. It was about not Dumb and Dumber, obviously. I just mentioned that. But anyway, I'll go back if I can remember it. But like those kind of movies, you're like, yeah, they're not going to cover anything of the first one. I kind of want to avoid this and just pretend it doesn't exist, because if you think of it any more than that, it's just, you just get disappointed. You know what I mean? Especially when it exists in the same universe.
Another movie that basically described like that. I've seen one of the sequels. I don't want to watch any of the other three. Is The Crow.
Right.
The first Crow, aside from the
Of
fact
course.
that it's Brandon Lee's last movie,
Of course. Yeah.
but it is wonderfully dark. It is like that perfect goth revenge film.
Right.
It's an amazing movie. The sequels are just
Just shit. Eh?
They're just shit. And it's like, you look at it and you're like, you are literally tarnishing Brandon Lee's legacy.
Right.
Like, this was his last movie. This was the movie where everyone's like, he has it, like that thing his dad had. But something a little different. He's a little more Americanized than his father.
Right.
And it's like, but they're kind of the same. He's kind of got that star power, and then he dies.
Yeah.
And it's like, leave that movie as it is, untouched as it is. It was great. And then they made all these shitty sequels, and it's like, this is just terrible.
Yeah. I remember the movie I was going to mention, and
Yeah.
this is not a good movie necessarily by any stretch of the imagination to start with, But let's go with Jingle All the Way.
Kindergarten Cop.
Oh, that too. Fuck, I forgot about that. These are two movies I haven't seen the sequels to. That I don't want to fucking see the sequels to. Because they just look fucking terrible. Okay? The Jingle All the Way was with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Right? About a kid. And fucking Anakin himself. The little kid who... Yeah, Anakin's in the original. Anyway, so...
Which Anakin?
The young Anakin. The little boy Anakin.
Phantom Menace.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Which movie were we talking about?
Jingle All
Jingle
the Way.
All the Way.
Oh God, never mind. I'm just stopped listening.
This, you know who's in the sequel? Larry the fucking Cable Guy.
He's in every fucking sequel.
I'm sorry, I do not like him. He's just not.
That's
my
like
favorite.
that's another movie that I did not want to watch. That they put Larry the Cable Guy in the fucking sequel is the Tooth Fairy.
That's another. I was just gonna say the Tooth Fairy. And here's another movie that I don't. Okay, you're gonna remake a movie, or you're not remaking. You're doing a sequel to a movie, and you're not even involving the original actor. You probably should be like, you know what? Either we're gonna reboot it, or we're just gonna leave the fuck alone. We don't need a sequel to this, right? Like you say, Kindergarten Cop. Kindergarten Cop 2 is with Dolph Lundgren. Wow. He-Man. It's the Punisher. Yeah, it's... No.
No.
Why would you do that?
Ivan Drago.
Ivan Drago.
I will break you.
I will break you. Yeah, I forgot about that. No, it's it's just such a... Why? Would you... Why? Okay, Kindergarten Cop, again, it's a good movie. I shouldn't say it's fun. It's
a
movie.
funny Arnold 80s movie.
But why would you be like, we need another one of those in the late 2000s starring Dolph Lundgren? Of all people, okay? Like, okay, you know what? Let's do our dream casting, because we have fun doing this. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to cast a new Kindergarten Cop movie right now, okay? It's a... First of all, are we going to make it a sequel? Should we make it a sequel? And should we involve
I
fully?
think, here's what I think. You do a 21 Jump Street type thing. Where
Right.
it's almost a sequel, it's
But it's
almost a reboot, but it's not. It's
Well, it's
almost a joke at it. It's almost paying homage to it. Something like that. And I got the perfect guy you put in it.
Who are you putting it?
The Rock.
I'm sold. The Rock and Kindergarten Cop. Yeah, I'd see it. The Rock saves everything.
Yeah, he I don't know what... He can be in a shitty Fast and Furious movie. He can be the Scorpion King. He can be... whatever you want to put The Rock in, he's fine. You know?
Yeah, here's the question, okay? This news just broke today or the other day. They are going to be doing a Shazam movie, and The Rock is playing Black Adam.
Okay.
The news just broke today, or like I say yesterday, whatever, that Black Adam's getting his own movie.
Because it's The Rock.
That's what I'm saying. It's The Rock. It's like, no offense, Kay, the character of Gambit is interesting. Do we need a whole movie starring Channing Tatum as Gambit?
No.
No, we do not. Okay? Put him in a freaking movie. That's fine. Have him be a supporting character. That's fine. We don't need a Gambit.
He's like
movie.
Colossus. He works great as a side character.
Yeah, exactly. Or at least introduce him as a side character first, then give him his own movie. If we love him that much...
It might be another Catwoman.
Oh, fuck him. It'll be Channing Tatum will be the male Catwoman for Marvel or Fox, I guess. Yeah. I shouldn't even say it's Marvel, it's Fox. But anyway, so, yeah, no. Why? No, we don't need a Gambit movie. He's an interesting character. I thought the guy who played him in the fucking movie, what movie was he in, Gambit? He was in a movie, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was in X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yeah, that's right. And I thought he did fine in that.
Yeah,
like,
that actor did pretty good. Like, it wasn't that the actors in the movie weren't trying.
No.
It's just the script and the story was fucking terrible.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's the thing. The whole X-Men timeline is so screwed up right now. And that's the funny thing, Kay. People would rather have an X-Men universe that's all fucked up timeline-wise than have a lot of the DC movies that are coming out right now. A lot of people are hating on the DC movies, and yes, they aren't that good. But I mean, they had some fun elements to it. I mean, Ben Affleck as Batman, he was awesome, right?
Yep.
But I mean, I'm now hearing reports recently too that the Wonder Woman movie is crap. Will I believe it till I see it? Absolutely not. So, you know what I mean? I think they're just doing it for the sake of it.
I think they're just doing it for the sake of it, trying to create buzz, like negative buzz or whatever.
Exactly. So, but anyway, going back to our prequel sequels thing, you don't need that shit. Like you say, I like the Kindergarten Cop idea, You have The Rock for sure, and you could have Arnold be like
Like
the
how
retiree or
like
whatever.
how Johnny Depp made a cameo in
No, spoiler alert, but yeah, that was
in
awesome.
21 Jump Street. It was like a brief cameo. It was hilarious as fuck.
Yeah.
He died. It worked, you know?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you paid homage to the original stupid thing this came from.
Yeah, which is another movie that I'm not gonna say I'm gonna rush to the theater at all, but Baywatch looks interesting. Have you seen the preview for Baywatch?
The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock. and, hey, I gotta say one thing. Holy fuck, is Zac Efron cutting that?
That guy went from little teeny bop, like a Justin Bieber lookalike,
Yeah.
to being like, he's actually not that bad of an actor.
No, and fuck, is he ripped in that
He is
show?
ripped. He's a great comedic He's like,
He's funny too, yeah.
you know what he reminds me of?
He's great in Neighbors, by the way. I haven't seen Neighbors 2 yet, but I watched Neighbors.
Yeah.
Just recently. I freaking took forever for me to watch it. I really like Neighbors.
He reminds me at this point, and I know this might sound sacrilege, but like a jacked up Steve Martin, because he's like
Fair enough.
likable. He's a great guy. He's likable. People just are flocked to him. You know.
Yeah, and fuck yeah, he's like I said. I'm gonna sound like I have a crush on him or something, but he's ripped in that fucking in the preview. Like, frick, I let him rescue me from the water. Like, look at him, Jesus. Yeah, but anyway, the Baywatch. Fuck. As soon as I heard that was coming out, I'm like, really? A fucking Baywatch movie? And it's, you know what the funny thing about this Baywatch movie is? They'd always make fun of like the women running on the beach and the boobs bouncing and stuff. They actually made it about the men in this movie. Like, they're poking fun at the men this time, right?
Yeah, that's
so,
funny.
which is funny, right?
And their
It's like,
pecs just bounce.
they're like unbelievable. Yeah, exactly. They're like unbelievably gorgeous men that have no place. You know, like it's just it's.
How buoyant would The Rock be with that much muscle? Because isn't muscle heavier than fat?
Well, yeah, really. It's like you fucking just walk in.
He would literally
sink. It's like shit. Someone needs to save
Like
the
a
rock.
rock.
So Sam, where are you on the fucking badooms? But anyway, yeah, like he's joking out. Yeah, like it's funny. Like Zach's like, get your rock, go in the water. Let's save this girl. He hasn't been up for a while. We should probably check on him. Zach goes in, same thing with him. It's like, we gotta save someone. Get someone with titties in there so they can fucking get them out of the water. Yeah, like stupid movies like that. They did with Baywatch what they did like with the Brady Bunch movie back in the day. And with Starsky and Hutch. They took a weird concept for not necessarily a weird concept for a show, but they took like a mundane show. Because Starsky and Hutch was basically just another cop show, right?
Yeah.
So they thought, why don't we do Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller? And with Snoop Dogg as Huggy Bear. It's like, okay, I'll watch it. You know what I mean? And then you have with the Brady Bunch, they made it like they're still in this time, but everything around them isn't. So that's what made it funny, right? Because if you were to do like a Brady Bunch movie, modernized,
It's like everybody comes from a half-broken family.
Exactly,
Like a
it's-
melded family.
they just make it like a gritty freaking reboot.
Marsha!
Exactly. Marsha's like murdered or something. It's like Marsha murdered by Jan. But yeah, anyway, it's just those concepts alone are interesting enough. Like when you take something like that.
But ruining a good movie, it's just you try to.
No, it's just don't do that. Don't stop it. Yeah. So
Wait, are you ranting like I did about that one time?
Yeah. What?
Well, stop trying to milk the fucking cash cow and just stop making shitty ass movies.
Yeah, well, it's just the fact that I'm just okay. Fine, do a sequel, prequel. Although most of the time you don't need it. It's taking something and then just doing the exact opposite of what you set out to do. Apparently, like it's not too with like the Karate Kid. Mm-hmm. He falls in love with this girl or something, and then by the end of the movie they're like in love or whatever, and then like she's not there in the second movie.
Yeah, basically.
So it's the same fucking thing. And yeah, that also happened. There's lots of movies like that where it's like the guy falls in love with someone or girl, whatever, and then they decide to do a sequel, and then they're not around for some reason. Oh well, one movie that did that was Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying it's like a great cinematic achievement or anything. I like Austin Powers, but yeah, they wrote out like it was all about him falling in love with her.
Speaking of spoof movies,
Yeah.
I just remembered. This is another reason why I can't take The Fly too seriously.
Oh, okay.
The girl who played the love interest in The Spy 2 is the same chick who played Vespa in Spaceballs.
Oh, nice.
I just look at her and I'm like, You're like Channing Tatum playing a serious action star. I can't fucking take him seriously.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I heard that Jupiter Ascending movie was pretty shitty. I never saw it. But.
Like, and that's a bummer too, because it's like, here I'll give the Wachowskis credit. They did it with The Matrix. They did this with Jupiter Ascending. They're taking the sci-fi genre and they're trying to do something original with it.
The Wachowski sisters.
Yeah, they're those sisters now. But
anyway,
that's why I just said the Wachowskis. They're trying to do something different. They're not just, oh, we're just going to reboot this and make a sequel to this in sci-fi. They're actually trying to come up with original ideas. It just sucks that...
It was just another Battlefield Earth.
It was just another Battlefield Earth.
Which I still haven't seen.
Battlefield Earth.
What?
John Travolta's Ode to Scientology.
It is. It's horrible.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. I've seen clips of it.
I've seen enough.
And I want to see it because it's like...
I watched the hilarious
and it's just
review of
horrible.
it. That was the funniest fucking thing I was... Like, a guy seriously sat down and broke down every scene of Battlefield Earth. And it was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen.
I should watch that. That's another podcast we will be... Not another podcast. One of our episodes of Murray Movies will be... We're going to sit down and we're going to watch a movie. A terrible-ish movie. And we're going to sit down, all of us watch it, and we're going to make our comments on it. And we'll post the best... We'll post the video in full, but we will also post just the faves. Just the favorite comments.
I vote Battlefield Earth. I've seen clips, and John Travolta's acting is fucking horrible. Pretty much. Pretty fucking horrible.
Poor Forrest Whitaker, too. He was like a great
really.
like Oscar-winning serious actor, and he's trying so hard, but this material is so bad.
Well,
I don't read scripts. Scripts read me.
Exactly.
Even me in Tropic Thunder, sorry.
Yeah, but another movie I wanted to sit down. Well, there's two we wanted to sit down and watch and do a podcast that was Batman and Robin. And
I could sit down and watch Batman and Robin.
Yeah,
Battlefield Earth is cringe. Like, you're just like, I don't want to finish this.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like how I was with Elektra. Yeah, I just couldn't. Like, I mean,
it's like
I just couldn't do
when
it.
you get like
Catwoman 2. Fuck. I don't even like.
Why? It's like Geely 2.
Yeah, like why? Okay, fine, do Catwoman movie for some reason, fine, but have it tied to things. It's like she has nothing to do with Batman. They barely mention it's Gotham. There's some fucking love interest in it for some reason. It's stupid. It's nothing.
It's that cash cow. You know what the problem?
Fucking cash cow. That movie bombed like the fucking
Yeah,
Hindenburg.
well, no, you know what the problem is? If people buy into stupid movies, they keep making stupid movies. So here's how it goes. My brother and me fight about this all the time. And it's because he says that, well, it's good music because it's making money. No, it's good and it's making money because stupid people buy it. That's the problem.
Yeah, but nobody bought Catwoman.
No, I know, but it's just...
This was a bad idea from the start.
They made it because they thought people would like it because they liked
made
other
it
shit.
because it's Warner Brothers, and Warner Brothers, for some reason, likes to put weird things in their fucking movies. They just can't, like, you know what? They just can't be like, they just can't sit down and say, we want to make something that's generally close to the comic book or source material. Let's just do that. No. They want a Superman with no cape. Fucking, I don't think they even wanted him to fly. No cape, no suit almost or whatever, and then obviously they casted Nicolas Cage.
And get Kevin Smith to write it.
Yeah, I know. Which, like, Kevin Smith...
I'm sure Kevin Smith could have wrote a Superman script.
Yeah. Well, he was asked to write a good Superman script, but he was dealt with a person who didn't want the essence of Superman at all in it. He just basically said, this is what I want, write it right now. And it's like, yeah, give Luther a gay robot sidekick. Why would you do that? No, not Luther, sorry, Brainiac. Doesn't matter. Why? And actually, it's only because Kevin Smith had a gay character in Chasing Amy. That's the only reason why he put a gay... It's like, you know that gay guy in your movie? Yeah. We need a guy like that. Like a gay Chewbacca.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't like about some studio execs. You get some really good producers. Most of the really good ones will stand back, and when the director starts to struggle, they'll stick their nose in. Yeah. But you get some producers who'll be like, well, these are successful movies. I created a checklist of everything that's in those movies. Yeah. Put that in this movie. I don't care if it fits or not.
Yeah, really. And also, the guys here from Coke are here. Make sure you see many Coke cans and Coke-related products in the movie. You know, I understand there's sponsors and stuff, but you could do it a little less. You could do it a little more subtle.
Like
know what I mean?
one subtle one. This is kind of like here's an example of good subtle advertising that they don't slam it in your face the whole time. In Sex and the City,
Okay.
they were sponsored by Apple.
I did not know this.
She is a writer, like she's an advice columnist, and
Right.
whenever she's writing on a Mac.
Fair enough.
But they don't like Mac. You know?
Yeah, really. No, like there's another there's series of Smallville
Yeah.
that they do it so bad. It's I'm sorry. Like I like the stuff on the CW, but they just sometimes did things so bad. It's like there was a whole episode dedicated to superhero inducing gum. And the commercial, the whole thing was sponsored by Stride Gum. During that episode, and this is the most cringeworthy thing I've seen in TV show history, Chloe, who I named my daughter after, by the way, which I love the person who played her, Allison Mack, but I'm just saying, she says in the show, and I quote something to the likes of, "Oh wow, it's like Stride has. That's not the only power Stride has besides everlasting flavor." I was like, "Fuck, really?" I looked at Kevin, there's product placement that's very obvious, and then there's like, you just said the cringiest line in TV fucking history.
And you know what? A scene like that reminds me of like a scene like in what's that Jim Carrey show where his life is being filmed?
Oh, Truman Show. Yeah, fuck. That's one of my favorite scenes in a movie ever. Yeah,
It's exactly like that.
I can't even remember what it was. Some drink. She's like, "I'll have this refreshing drink." Honey, who the fuck are you talking to?
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was. She's like, "Why don't you have some of this hot chocolate mix?" Blah 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 blah. And he's like, "Who the hell are you talking to?"
No, honey.
Oh, that was friggin' hilarious. Who the hell are you talking to? And just like, yeah, it's just, and then during the whole time, like, his buddy would come in with like a case of beer and he'd hold it up like this. And like, it's hilarious. That movie's great. Like, it's one of those movies that is so underrated. I really like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just that whole thing. Who the hell are you? And that's actually one of Jim Carrey's favorite movies. And yeah, he acts off the wall sometimes, but he really doesn't the whole movie, like, you know, like say Ace Ventura or whatever. But it's like, yeah, it's just, who the hell are you talking to? Like, just that, he's supposed to be the crazy one, and usually in the movies, but now everyone around him's nuts.
Yeah, he's playing the straight man.
Yeah, and I really like that. So I like it when comedians play the straight man. It just, it brings an extra oomph to the role.
Supposedly Punch Drunk Love, not Punch Drunk Love.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless
was
Mind.
really good.
You haven't seen that movie yet?
Never
Oh,
saw it.
it's so good, man.
It's one of his best.
If not,
Is
his
that the
best.
one where he like gets all the memories of her removed?
Yeah,
Yeah, fucking
him and
Futurama did a version of that. Where Fry and Leela get their memories removed.
Yeah, but that's a Futurama ripoff. That's not.
I know, but I've seen it. I now saw the movie.
No, seriously, it's a good show. It's a nice romantic dramedy. It's very good. Very good.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're thinking about it now, or what?
That was a good episode. I love Futurama to this day.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not knocking Futurama. I'm just saying you can't say I watched the spoof, so I've seen. That's like watching Spaceball, saying I watched Spaceball, so I've seen Star Wars.
I've seen Star
All
Wars,
fucking 7 episodes.
Yeah. No, it's definitely worth a watch. That's for sure. So, but yeah. So, I guess that's what we have to say about prequels and sequels. So,
Yeah, take the time.
take the time.
Make it actually work. Don't just do it for the sake of money.
Yeah, exactly. But they're not going to listen.
Make the fans happy. That's all you gotta do.
Well,
and the money
don't
will
do that
fucking
either.
roll in.
You cannot make the fans.
You can't make the fans happy. And another thing
Okay,
is,
keep it close to source material
Yeah,
to make the fans
it's
happy.
not going to make
Really?
the fans.
no.
You cannot make one. There's not going to be one movie. The only actually, you know what? There's one movie that I can name right now that I haven't heard too much backlash about, and that's Deadpool.
And it was close to the source material.
But
I haven't heard too much backlash about it, like from nerd wise.
But, and I'm gonna argue this point, Deadpool was close to the source material. It did stray a little bit, but it was close. All the other movies have had backlash because they have not stayed close to the source material.
and then you can look at a movie like the Nolan Batman movies, which completely stray from the source material.
People love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
They modernized it. Anyways, enough of that.
Did you know that technically the third movie basically is a remake of Batman '66 in one special way? Batman just can't get rid of a bomb.
He got rid of it. Wait, what?
What's the main plot of that movie? He's at the end. He's to the climax.
He's
trying to get rid of.
He
a
does
bomb.
get rid of it.
Have you ever seen the 1966 Batman movie?
No.
There's this. Okay, then you gotta watch it. There's a whole scene. There's a scene where Batman literally is trying to get rid of a bomb,
And he's carrying it over his head like this.
and he's like this, and he has nowhere to put it. He walks by nuns. He walks by two people kissing, and he's like, "Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb." That's what The Dark Knight Rises is about. It's a 1966 Batman movie remake.
Oh.
See, I told you.
By the way, I heard a theory about where the Joker is in that movie. Remember, all the people from Arkham got moved to Blackgate.
Right. Oh yeah, I heard he's in Blackgate.
One fucking person did not get moved from Arkham.
Oh yeah, from Arkham.
The
right.
Joker. He was too dangerous to move. They're like, yeah, we're going to transfer him to Blackgate. No, you do not touch his bay. He stays there. You do not touch
He's
him.
the only person in
He's
Arkham
the only one in Arkham.
Yeah, interesting.
Arkham is his home.
Yeah. So,
Anyways.
all right. Until next time, I've been Mike,
I'm Justin Fergie Ferguson.
and grab some popcorn, folks.
Bye.
We're gonna watch, and that's Sam. And until grab some popcorn, folks, because we're gonna watch
Terrible movies.
terrible movies.